Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? My name is Danielle Walters, and I'm going to review this video. Basically, what I'm just doing is I'm just checking out like what happened to me versus what happened. If you know me, you know I went to UNLV, University of Nevada at Las Vegas. I stayed out there about 8, 10 years, from like 2002 to probably like 2012, somewhere around there. Especially when the economy crashed. So I was working at Caesar's Palace. I did my internship at the Titanic and Bodies exhibition, which was at the Luxor Hotel. No, it was at Tropicana. Then it moved over to the Luxor. Um, Funny story. I was working every day. I just go out when I want to as an internship. And like they called one day, they're like, I was in the office and said, "Hey, we got this celebrity want to come through. A-lister, can you shut the exhibit down?" They're like, "Well, who is it?" "Well, we can't tell you that." "Okay, we can't really shut the exhibit down, but if they want to come up, we can, give like a 30-minute head start or hour start." The back door for the exhibit was just where the parking lot was, and I open that door all the time, like, "Yo, hey, bam, come through or whatever." Open it for employees and stuff like that. The one day my friend called, like, "Yo, let's go to Mandalay Bay to the beach. They got out there. There's a pool, got waves and everything." And I ditch work. There's an internship for it. I just go when I want to. The day I ditch, Michael Jackson and his kids come through. I always saw Michael Jackson. That was my first concert I went to, was Michael Jackson at Reunion Arena. But I probably would have opened it. Knocked on the door, I probably opened the door with Michael Jackson. Funny story. But let's get into the video. So basically, I'm just going to be like, hey, okay, I see this. This is what happened when I was there. This is what's going on with there. I haven't watched the video. It's about 16 minutes long, and let's just see what he says. Basically, the whole video talks about why people aren't visiting Las Vegas. His take, my take. Go check him out.
Not what it used to be, and you just might be surprised at how bad the situation has gotten. After years of record visitor numbers and casino profits, tourism is finally falling. Now you might be thinking, but Jacob, haven't you been...
Now, when I was there, stupid packed all the time. Like, you wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, you want to do something, just go to the strip, go to local casinos. Like, damn, you can't even tell it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So let's see what's going on. And my mom just went about 3, 4 months ago. She said she got a slice of pizza and a fountain drink. I just bought a $2 cup from Whataburger. They said unlimited free refills. Just come get it when you want to. Just come inside. Oh, I said a fountain drink and a slice of pizza, $20, and it was a deal. It was a discount. It was a deal.
promoting Las Vegas for over a decade? Don't you want people to come here and visit? Absolutely. And in that time, I have developed a reputation for telling people about both the good and the bad about the place that I love. We're gonna dive into this disaster that has hit Las Vegas, but don't worry, because I'm also gonna show you how you can benefit from this mess. One of the Las Vegas Strip's most beloved cheap food spots closed forever in 2024. For years, this place represented everything that made Las Vegas affordable to people who cannot afford five-star dining at every single meal.
Now, when I was there, I told you, there was always cheap food. Like, that's one, they want to just keep you in the casino. Like, you lose money, and you be like, "I'm about to go home." Like, "Nah, man, here go a free meal." And you go eat, you think, "I gotta go back to my money." That's what it was. Free meals. For instance, they had a gambling special. You didn't have to gamble, it was just gamble, they just call it gamble special. From midnight to 6 a.m., it was, I want to say, steak and eggs, French fries and stuff like that. They were like $3, but it could have been more than $5. But I want to say it was like $3. And then for every hour you gamble, I was playing poker back then. Every hour you gamble, they give you like $5 or $10 towards food. So you always had food options. But if you did gamble, it was like $3, maybe $5. Just to show you how cheap things were back then. Most times it was free, but cheap. Then they had the Hard Rock had a local special. I saw it it was off the menu, but I saw one of them videos that said, hey, you ever go to Hard Rock Cafe? Just ask for a local special. Steak and lobster, and shrimp, drinks, $10. And one on the menu, you had to request it. Just say, I want the local menu. And my roommate, my homeboy, I remember one time I said, look at my steak medium well. Because the dude showed me how to get the steak medium well one time, and fantastic. And my roommate was like, I said, get him medium well. No, you don't order for me. I got my own. So let me get mine over easy. Bitch, nigga, that's eggs. Hey, man, shout out to Adam Weber, a.k.a. Lil D, man. Shout out to Weber.
Ocean One Bar and Grill was the kind of restaurant where families could eat here without breaking their vacation budget, and locals would recommend it to tourists looking for a cheap place to eat. They were well known for having every item on their lunch menu cost just $4.99, and you could get 3 cocktails for $10. The writing was on the wall when the prices started to climb in the month.
No, that's good. Everything like $4, 3 cocktails for $10. Hey. I ain't mad at that.
Leading up to the closure, you could see that they wanted to keep their prices as low as possible, but they're struggling to survive in an atmosphere where pretty much everything costs more. This wasn't just the loss of one restaurant. It was the death of the cheapest good food that you could find at the center of the Las Vegas Strip. Now that a reliable, budget-friendly option is gone, it's just another sign that the Strip is pricing out the average visitor who made Vegas what it is.
The easiest way to stop snoring without touching your nose.
Hey, stop using stupid nose thing. That started as just a small fee for hotel amenities has probably become the most hated aspect of visiting Las Vegas today. I remember doing a video back in 2018 on an article about how a $25 room in Las Vegas becomes a $65 room once you add in all of the taxes and fees. And at that time, $45 a night.
That is actually insane. Like, insane. The room, they advertise for like $20. But the resort fees take it up to $50. Now $65 for a room. If you say that, it don't seem bad off the rip, because people used to they would live in Vegas. Like people had houses in Vegas, apartments in Vegas. They would go get a room on the Strip 5 times a month, 10 times a month, even though they had apartments and houses in Vegas. I never did that shit, but I know people do that all the time. I'll go get a room over here for free, $20. Hey, $99 suite and everything like that. But I was supposed to go to Vegas with a friend last year. Not gonna talk about it. But for 3 or 4 days, the room was gonna be $1,500. And that's insane. Plus the resort fee every night of $50 before, $200 just in fees. That's not even including taxes. Come on, that's insane. So do you want us to come or not? What the fuck? People used to come from LA. That's where they get a bunch of customers. Let's go to LA for the weekend. Let's go to Vegas for the weekend. It's a 4-hour drive. Coming to Las Vegas on a Friday, that 4-hour drive take 8 to 12 hours. Leaving, it would take 8 to 12 hours. It'd be so much fucking traffic. I think it was I-10, I-15, something like that. Also, another thing that's hurt in Vegas is you can pretty much gamble everywhere. Once they start making casinos other places, why am I going to hop on a plane and go to Vegas when they got the casino right here? They should have made sure gambling was illegal everywhere except Nevada. You can survive a storm if gambling is illegal everywhere except Nevada. I remember people used to be March Madness. Hey man, let's go place a bet on a couple games. Open the weekend. Okay. They will fly out there, get a cheap room, bet on the games and everything. But now, why you gonna man? Just come over my house, man. We're gonna buy some pizza, get a couple strippers, and you know what? Let's go get the let's go down the street and bet, or get on my phone and bet. So people do stuff like that now.
Night was the highest resort fee that you would find anywhere here on the Las Vegas Strip. So, in the future, who knows where resort fees will go, where they're headed. I think as long as the economy is doing well, these places will continue to charge. If they can get, and if they can increase and people are going to pay it, they're going to charge it. They're going to be doing that to make as much money as they can. Well, fast forward to today, baby, and you know what we have right now on the Strip? We have over 30 individual hotels who charge $50 to $55 for the resort fee per night. So now it's more like a $99 room turns into a $175 room. Because remember, you pay the $99 room price plus the 13.38% room tax on top of that price, plus you pay the $55 resort fee, plus you pay another 13.38% room tax on top of the resort fee. Why you're paying tax on top of a fee, ask Uncle Sam. And to add insult to injury, some of the things that these hotels list that are included with your resort fee are laughable. Things like free local and domestic phone calls, free boarding pass printing, and access to the pool, but seasonal. So if you come during the winter time and the hotel pool is closed, you do not get a cheaper resort fee because it's closed. And the psychological impact of this for travelers really goes beyond money. It's about trust being broken before you even arrive, because your expenses have just exploded beyond what you budgeted for your vacation. And remember, guys, no matter how much resort fees are, this is Las Vegas and we are in the desert. So there's a pretty good chance that no matter what, you're going to wind up seeing roaches out here at some point. I don't think resort fees can get rid of that.
Now, I will say, I don't really remember seeing too many roaches. I mean, that's yeah, I guess I just don't remember seeing them. But, it is what it is. But yeah, everything is just gotten out of control and now they're suffering for it. Plus all the money I think they took during COVID to maybe refinance buildings that you already own. Crazy.
Restaurants have added an extra 4 to 5% fee onto your food bill that most people don't even notice. And a big reason people don't notice is because the way it's displayed sometimes is kind of sneaky. So if you're going to eat here at the center strip at a place like Alexa's, they have the menu here posted outside, you can see, but the glass is obviously a little dirty, but you got to look down here at an angle to see where it says concession fee of 4.9% added to all checks. So if you look through the dirt and at an angle at the tiny print at the bottom, you can find it before you actually go inside and order your food. The good news about this, though, is every person I've ever heard that has asked a restaurant to remove the CNF fee has had it removed because it adds zero extra value to your meal, so it's hard for them to actually justify keeping it on your bill. These charges have become so common that experienced Vegas visitors now scan every receipt like they're investigating a crime scene. What makes this particularly annoying is how these fees are presented as legitimate business costs when they're really just profit boosters designed to inflate your bill. The practice is spread throughout the industry because most customers either don't notice the extra charges or don't have the energy to complain about them. You're already tired from walking around Vegas all day, and the last thing you want is a confrontation with restaurants.
Vegas is a big walk. God dang, Vegas is a huge walk. I remember when I first got down there, I never visited it, but the time I got there, we stayed at the Excalibur. Now, Excalibur is just across the street from the MGM and Luxor and all that. So I'm walking through Excalibur, walked over to Luxor, over the road to MGM, and I think New York. And I'm like, man, I'm dead ass tired. I walked for 4 hours. Oh my goodness. Wow, I am so tired. It turns out I ain't walking nowhere but across the street. I said, what the hell? What the hell? What the LeBron James have? What the Halle Berry? What the hell?
Restaurant staff over mysterious fees. Some people just choose to say, forget it. CNF charges,
Oh, hey, man. I got people saying what's up to me on Kick. Hey, my first people. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Shout out to 00Q Stream Hub Shop. That might be a computer.
service fees, COVID recovery
What the hell? What the LeBron James? What the Halle Berry? What the hell?
fees, and quote-unquote restaurant fees can add 4 to 5% to your meal cost on top of expected tips and taxes. The really crazy thing is that every time I've heard of someone asking to have this fee get waived if you ask the manager, is that they do, because they add zero actual value to your dining experience. But restaurants count on customers either overlooking, being too shy, or too tired to question these charges, so they keep adding them to every bill and hoping that no one notices. If you've been visiting Las Vegas for years, you've probably noticed a change that's gradually taking place across many casino floors. There used to be plenty of table games like blackjack and craps all over the place. But as the years have progressed, those table games have been removed and they have been replaced by seemingly endless banks of more and more slot machines. This isn't just about efficiency.
Now they do make more money on the slots. Don't have to pay a dealer, don't have to pay a pit boss. But for some reason, people play slots. Like I never played it. I don't have no idea what it is. But I read an article one time that said that if you take a road trip and if you like driving, you're not gonna play slots. You're probably gonna play like blackjack, poker, baccarat, something that you can kind of control, roulette or something, right? But if you just like to be in a passenger seat and just drive, you're gonna play slots. Half the stuff I had no idea how you try to figure out who's winning what they winning and all this stuff is crazy. But that's why they do more slots. They make way more revenue with the slots. And I think that's true throughout all casinos. I think I read an article about WinStar down here in Oklahoma. Well, I'm in Dallas, but in Oklahoma, they took out a big thing of their poker room and added slots. I think I haven't been to WinStar forever. Like, I'm a long drive to go down there and lose money, so I ain't been down there. Shit, nigga, let's see. So, wait. This is 2025. So, 2020 was COVID. Then I worked there. Shit, they could literally probably been like 10 years. It might have been about 10 years, 10, 12 years.
Efficiency for space. It's about completely changing the odds in favor of the house. Table games like blackjack, craps, and baccarat typically have a house edge under 2% when played correctly, which gives players.
That looks like the wind. Well, kind of reminds me of Bellagio, but these red things over here make me look like the wind. This center thing right here makes it look like Bellagio, but this right here makes me think it's the wind or Bellagio for shit show. Casino class, casino cage. I am going to go with the wind.
There's a better chance to win. But penny slots often give casinos around a 10% advantage.
And the only time I sit at slots is when I would go to a nightclub. Used to just sit at a slot machine, put $1 in, act like you was playing, wait for a waitress to come around. Hey, can I get this drink? Can I get that drink? Can you bring 2 of them? Tip for $5, $10, grab your drinks, then go into the club. You know, maybe buy one drink at the club because the drink at the club are super expensive. But if you get drunk or drink before you can go in the club, you know, that was all great. But now I hear people say the waitresses hardly ever come around. Like, you can't even find waitresses no more. They come around like a dime a dozen. My roommate had a waitress, used to work like Friday would make like $1,000. Like Friday night, Tuesday night, make $1,000. Now I told you I used to work at Caesar's Palace, or I worked at the did my internship with Luxor after I worked at Caesar's Palace. And in my interview, we had an interview that we got the job. We came back and had a second like just a group formal interview or like, this is what's going on in the job, whatever. But it was a group of us, and there was some waitresses out there. I was cage cashier. They said, "How many of you guys are going to be waitress?" So they waved their hand, and they said, "Oh, you're gonna be working with him." And the dude like, "Are you still married?" "Oh no, you divorced." And then I was like, they kind of laughed it off or whatever. But then I saw on the news about 3 months later. I don't know if it was him or it was at a casino. One of the guys, the food and beverage manager, got fired because he made the girls who wanted the good shifts, they had to stay with him. So I don't know if he made it, but like if you wanted the good shift Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, you're gonna walk in at the Bellagio, you're gonna make 2,000 working that night, they would have to sleep with him, give him like, favors. So and the older I get, the more I realize, hey, if that girl got that job or got that promotion or got the good shifts, there's a hell of a chance she's sleeping with the boss. You see it with the hold on, let me see if I can find it. Not to get off subject. NYPD lady overtime sleeps with chief. This was just a few months back. Okay, here we go. I guess December. Okay, let me see what share it is. Share screen. Share screen. So, like I said, this happens over and over. Like you hear about it so much. Even with the Coldplay and the astronomer CEO, they sleeping with the boss. That's how they get ahead. You see it in the movies. Forrest Gump. His mama wanted him in that school. She had to sleep with the principal. NYPD, $400K a year top earner. Quetisha Epps is retiring early as astronomical overtime pay is investigated. Skim through it. NYPD hires and plays show more than $400,000 last year, filed for retirement this week. Quetisha will retire shy of 20 years on the department, early exit. Cost of $12,000 supplement for a cop, which 2 decades. Leave money on the table, seemingly uncharacteristics for Epps, who raised eyebrows by putting in roughly $204,000 in overtime last year for her administrative job in the NYPD Chief of Department Jeffrey Madry's office. Payroll records show. Okay, sources told Epps whopping overtime was capped after the Post exclusive report last year. Oh, let me start over. Sources told the Post, the newspaper, the Epps whopping overtime was capped after the Post exclusive report last month on her pay. She was also told she would be put back on patrol, an apparently unappetizing prospect after a cushy desk job, according to sources. There is no way she's going out on patrol, one source told the Post. Hell no. Okay, well, let me just get to the good part. Basically, Proponent's boss was played. Record show last year she worked 1,600 hours of overtime on top of her regular shift. So she worked 74 hours a week. Okay. Overtime plus her $164,000 base salary. Total compensation for her. God dang it. This bitch made double what her yearly salary is in overtime. Man, where the sex part at? On the last day. They said she was sleeping with the boss. This thing say nothing about sleeping with the boss. Sleeping with the boss. Copy. I don't know why sometimes I go off subject. I don't know why. Sleep boss. Okay, here we go. NYPD chief. Okay, wait. Sure it is. Sure it is. Remove. Share screen. Okay. NYPD chief resigns amid allegation of demanding sexual favors for overtime hours. That's what they be doing. That's what they be doing that like in everything. Like yo, you want this job? Like that's crazy. If you think about it, that's really crazy. I'm gonna sleep with this person so I can go work. That's crazy, but that's what they do. That's what they do. So let's get back to the good part now. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Bam. Share screen. Okay, let's get back to it. Bam. Okay, here we go.
Meaning they keep $10 out of every $100 played over the long term. Vegas doesn't want you to win like you used to. We can even look at over 20 years worth of data to see that Vegas casinos have been gradually making slot machines pay.
Hey, they can actually they got a code where they switch it up, so they know what they're gonna get. Like yo, yeah, we're gonna pay out some, but no matter what, we're only paying out 8%. Maybe it's 8% to somebody big, maybe it's small, maybe just 8% out of every 100, but they're only paying out 8%. So yeah, so they said they got a code like a machine that they can like we pay out more, we pay out less. If the machine is new, they're gonna pay out more to get people on it. So yeah,
out less and less to players so that they can keep even more of your money. From 2004 to 2024, strip casinos increase how much they are taking from every dollar you bet by 24%, while downtown casinos during the same time.
Okay, see, I told you I was there between 2002 to about 2012. So yeah, I was there in a good time. Like it makes it seem like I was there in the 60s. Like yeah, they make it like it used to be. Nah, man, I was just right up here. So all up here. Okay.
Increase how much they are taking from players by 45%. So when you hear people talk about how much more generous Vegas used to be, you can use these slot hold percentages as proof. Aside from the fact that casinos make more money with slots than table games, slot machines also don't.
That was beautiful. I don't know where that blue casino was. That was beautiful.
Call in sick for work. They don't need to take lunch breaks. They don't get overtime pay. They don't receive health benefits, and they don't file complaints. These are all things that help casinos save money on top of now winning more money. So by removing tables and adding more slots, casinos guarantee themselves much higher profits from the same amount of floor space. The result is fewer opportunities for knowledgeable players to get decent odds and more mindless button pushing that drains bankrolls faster than ever.
I'm Greg.
I'm Gabby, and we're the
Experienced players call what you see right behind me the biggest ripoff in modern casino history. And a lot of casual players have no idea that every time they sit down at this game, that they are getting mathematically screwed. This single rule change has largely altered the most popular table game in Las Vegas, and the majority of players don't even notice. The deception is particularly cruel because these rigged games look identical to fair blackjack tables from a distance, and not all dealers explain the difference unless you specifically ask. Traditional blackjack pays 3-2 when you get a natural 21, meaning a $100 bet pays $150. But the strip is now filled with tables that only pay 6-5. So that same $100 blackjack only pays $120, stealing $30.
Okay, I've been seeing that. Like I didn't know what that was. I seen that a while back. I had no idea what that was. 6-5, 3-2. I had no idea. It looks kind of the same, but I guess not.
From every natural you hit. And over the course of a gambling session, this difference can add up to hundreds of dollars in lost winnings.
The worst part is that these terrible games often sit right next to 3-2 tables, but the minimum bets are usually much higher on the fair games, pushing many players into the sucker bets.
So why do casinos keep doing this? The reason these rip-off games exist is very simple. Tourists keep playing them anyway. Casino executives have figured out that they can offer absolutely terrible odds and still fill seats as long as the games look familiar from a distance.
This creates a rather depressing cycle where customer ignorance feeds the corporate greed that so many people come to associate with the big casinos. And the problem has been gradually getting worse for years. The most frustrating part is watching smart people who are successful in other areas of life repeatedly make these costly mistakes without learning from them. A former casino employee at the Venetian once told me that when they introduced 000 roulette in 2016, they expected nobody would play it because the odds were so terrible. But players flocked to those tables anyway because they didn't understand the difference between good and bad roulette games. A roulette dealer at one luxury property let me know that he even tells players up front that the company logo represents 000, basically admitting the deceptive tactics employed by the casinos, but people keep playing anyway. This proves that casinos can get away with offering terrible odds.
Wait a minute, what the fuck? That was a 0 and 00. Wait a minute, the 000, the logo at the top was a betting line. What the fuck? Wait a minute, what the hell? What the LeBron James? What the Halliburton?
But
that's what the hell is that, bitch? What the fuck?
players flocked to those tables anyway because they didn't understand the difference between good and bad roulette games. A roulette dealer at one luxury property let me know that he even tells players up front that the company logo represents 000, basically admitting the
Nigga, what the fuck? 000? What the fuck? That's wow. Oh my goodness, boy. Y'all just gonna cheat like that. Okay, that's one thing. And that's insane. Who the fuck is gonna see 3 zeros right there? That's insane. Then you might be thinking 000. I'm gonna bet on this one or something, because that's 1, 2, and 3. And that's 1 and 2, and then that's 1. The fuck?
the deceptive tactics employed by the casinos, but
Look at that. But you know how hard I'm arguing? Like, no, okay. This is 1-0. That's 2, that's 3. This is 1-0. That's the second one. This is just 1-0. I'm suing.
people keep playing anyway. This proves that casinos can get away with offering terrible odds because most players simply don't understand what they're getting into.
Imagine being able to build anything.
That shit is actually crazy. That is insane.
But mainly in some areas of downtown, has now spread throughout the entire tourist corridor in ways that shock first-time visitors and long-time locals.
Simply don't understand what they're getting into.
What used to be a problem mainly in some areas of downtown has now spread throughout the entire tourist corridor in ways that shock first-time visitors and long-time locals alike. The homeless population in the Vegas area has grown every single year since 2021, and it's had a 56% increase in the last 3 years. And I myself have been inside a casino before where I'm standing there talking or actually playing a slot machine and had someone come up to me and then ask me for money. And I know some of you have had the same thing when you come here to visit.
This situation has deteriorated to the point.
Okay, see, yeah, I mean, you saw all those people like on them little walkways right here where they got every once in a while, but yeah, I ain't never really seen them come inside and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's California, everything gets so expensive, everything is so crazy out there. That's why you gotta be good with your money. I'm learning that right now. And you know, sometimes you're too old to be learning some stupid stuff like that. You got to be good with your money. You got to be proactive. You got to take care of your money. You take care of your money gonna take care of you. So now I gotta go back and get my money. Do it the right way now, which I am.
Where it's destroying the fantasy escape that Vegas is supposed to provide for people on a vacation. This isn't just about people asking for money on the street anymore. It's direct interference with casino gaming that makes players feel uncomfortable and unsafe. It is now more common for homeless people to regularly enter casinos and even approach players at slot machines, creating an awkward and sometimes dangerous situation. Some incidents with homeless individuals inside Vegas casinos escalated to the point of making national news, like the man who set off an explosion at the Paris casino, causing $50,000 in damage. The man was later released with the condition that he stay out of trouble, but these are the kind of situations that make visitors feel like Vegas isn't the safe escape it used to be. And people approaching you while you're playing a slot.
It's because overpriced, but yeah, you probably don't want people to approach you while you're playing. Man, I ain't see that dude sleep right in the middle of the street.
Slot machine to ask you for money is not what anyone wants on their vacation.
The tariffs that were put in place in early 2025 has many international.
I used to have a friend who was like Indian descent, like, Pakistan and something like that, right? We was driving by these airport right here. See how low that fence is? And this is probably like 2004. So, 9/11 just happened like 3 years earlier. That fool said, what did he say? He said, oh, man, that shit look easy to jump in and still want to play. No, why they doing that? Sir, you can't say that. A lot of people can say that, but you can't say that.
National tours staying away from Las Vegas due to uncertainty.
This matters a lot because international tourists typically stay longer, gamble more, and spend more on shows and dining than domestic visitors. New trade policies have made traveling to the U.S. more expensive for foreign tourists, while Canadian airlines have reduced flights.
They did have a lot of, especially Asians come through. And I think MGM made like they lion. They had you walk through the mouth of the lion to enter the casino. They just spent like $20 million on that interest, just walk through the mouth of the lion. Then they found out afterwards that walking through the mouth of a lion is bad luck in Asian culture, so they had to destroy it. Also, I think number 13, maybe 7, I think number 13 is bad luck in Asian culture, so there's no 13th floor. It just skips right over. The 13th floor is the 14th floor, so there's no 13th floor because people can't stay on the 13th floor because they're Asian and it's bad luck, and now they want to play the casino, stuff like that.
To Vegas as demand dropped. The economic concerns go beyond just Vegas, with inflation affecting travel costs nationwide and real estate markets slowing down in various parts of the country. And when people are worried about their jobs and their home values, Vegas vacations become an easy expense to cut from their budgets.
Major strip properties chose to lay off.
Obama did say that. Obama said, maybe you shouldn't go to Vegas. They got so mad at him, too. I remember that. Obama was like, maybe you shouldn't go to Vegas at these times. Cut that out.
Hundreds of employees as visitor numbers continue to drop month after month from what they used to be. These cuts represent more than just cost-saving measures. They're a clear sign that casino executives are proactively cutting costs because they are uncertain about the future of Las Vegas.
Fontainebleau cut numerous table games dealers in the first half of 2025, while other properties have eliminated entire departments like concierge services at MGM Grand, Park MGM, New York, Mandalay Bay, and Vdara.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space?
They're commonly told that the layoffs are just temporary. There's no guarantee that they will be called back to work at their old job. One off-strip casino manager told me that just a $1 minimum wage increase costs his property an extra $1 million annually in labor costs, which also makes it more difficult to offer customers the same value that they've been used to getting. When casinos can't fill rooms and gaming floors, they're forced to reduce.
You see a room like this? See how tight it is, 2 beds, a little walkway and a desk. Maybe a little view if you're lucky. This shit might be like $225 a night. Like, what the fuck? What are y'all talking about? I'm here for a whole week. You want to pay $1,400, $1,500? Get out of here with the bull. What the hell? What the LeBron James hell?
Staff to keep down their costs. But this can create a poor experience for the customers that are still visiting.
The hotels and casinos that can benefit most from the recent problems in Las Vegas are the North Strip properties like the Sahara and the Strat, the off-strip properties, and the downtown ones. These properties have kept their commitment to affordable gambling and reasonable prices for their customers, while many strip properties have gone crazy with fees and terrible odds.
Smart gamblers are starting to realize that significantly better deals exist just minutes away from the overpriced strip properties that get most of the attention. The contrast in value has also become so dramatic that many experienced visitors never set foot on the strip anymore except to see shows or eat at specific restaurants. Places like Ellis Island offer $5 craps and $5 3-2 blackjack with table.
Yeah, they were having that when I was there. And they had karaoke night. You go to the bar, have karaoke night, Ellis Island. That is right behind the strip. I want to say like behind like Paris Hotel or something like that.
Minimums that never increase, even when the casino is packed. South Point provides affordable gaming with a wide variety.
Now, that's my spot right there. South Point, that was my spot. And Green Valley Ranch, that was my spot.
Variety of options for players. The Plaza Casino has single zero roulette that is a $15 minimum during the day and a $25 minimum at night. The Palms Casino began offering $5 3-2 blackjack and craps 24 hours a day in early 2025, directly targeting frustrated strip visitors who are tired of feeling like they're getting ripped off. Many off-strip properties especially benefit since they're already known for cheaper drinks, better gambling odds, and lower table minimums across the board. Some of these properties are experiencing increased business as strip prices push more players their way, proving that there's still a market for honest value in Las Vegas.
The good news is that Las Vegas will always change with the market. Smart travelers are discovering that the recent changes in tourism actually creates opportunities to get better deals if you know where to look. The hospitality industry's need to fill these hotel rooms creates more and more opportunities and more discounts than we've seen in recent years. And despite all of this, Las Vegas still offers amazing value per dollar compared to most other tourist destinations in the country. So even if the major strip casinos still try to squeeze every dollar they can out of the tourists who come here, there are plenty of other affordable options for you to have fun all around the Vegas Valley.
Food and drinks in general are something that have become much more expensive in Vegas in recent years, and finding cheap options is getting difficult. But if you want an entire list for free that won't hurt your wallet, just click right here.
Well, that was cool. I thought I was going to go more in depth about some of the other stuff that happened, how you got to compete, not only with your local casinos, now you got to compete worldwide. But it's been real. It's been a good 45 minutes. Thank you if you tuned in on the stream. I appreciate you. Just got to keep doing it, keep getting the algorithm up. Also, what they say, like and subscribe. Hit that ding. I wish I had a ding, but hit that ding.